What a feeling. Break out the legw.armers, because Flashdance turns 35. Video may have killed the radio star when MTV arrived, but it breathed new life into both the film and music businesses. Case in point, Flashdance, released 35 years ago this weekend, April 15th, the first movie to latch onto the new channel as a marketing and storytelling tool, reaping a bonanza for both. The Cinderella story about a welder by day, dancer by night, Jennifer Beals, was a sleeper hit for Studio Paramount, earning almost $100 million, double that worldwide, on a reported $8 million budget. That made it the third biggest movie of 1983, behind Star Wars, Return of the Jedi in terms of endearment. It also spawned the hottest movie soundtrack since Grease, 1978, temporarily knocking Michael Jackson's Thriller from the top of the Billboard album chart and earning a Grammy Album of the Year nomination on its way to winning a Best Original Song Oscar for Irene Cara's fist-pumping Flashdance. What a feeling, which beat out another Flashdance hit, Michael Sembello's thigh-busting Maniac. That's a lot of passion that MTV made happen. More, MTV is 36. Celebrate with these mind-blowing moments from the VMAs. Dallas turns 40, 40 ways to celebrate. From Who Shot JR to the Dream season, Flashdance had endured the requisite labyrinthine Hollywood development process, with an idea that had danced around for a few years, yielding a script ultimately credited to Thomas Headley Jr. and Joe Esterhaus. Director Adrian Lyne had made just one movie, the poorly received 1980 Jodie Foster drama Foxes, but he got the job first offered to Brian De Palma and David Cronenberg, among others. Unknown Chicago actress Jennifer Beals won the sought-after starring role of Alex Owens over actresses like Kyra Sedgwick and Demi Moore. And TV actor Michael Nuri secured the male lead previously offered to Gene Simmons of Kiss, Nuri's runner-up, Kevin Costner. Filming took place in Pittsburgh in the fall of 1982. Music-based sequences were shot with MTV in mind, according to the channel bio Inside MTV, and Paramount ran promotional spots on MTV and in dance clubs weeks ahead of the movie's debut. When Flashdance arrived in theaters, success was not assured. Producers Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer had yet to prove themselves as the power duo they quickly became. This was their first collaboration. 1982 holdovers Tootsie and E.T. were still top 10 box office draws. The movie hit screens the same day as the latest from Chuck Norris, Lone Wolf McQuade, which claimed first place. And its competition for the younger set included the just-released Max Duggan Returns, Matthew Broderick's first film, and Teen Bait The Outsiders. But Flashdance found footing with something none of these had, MTV. The movie's music, rapidly cut style and more moving, less talking approach, The New Yorker chided it as a series of rock videos, moved it up to #1 in its second week. It stuck around in theaters through October. Top Secret, Why Movies Endure 30 Years Later. Previously, 30 Reasons Why We're Still Obsessed with Dirty Dancing. 30 years later, the fairy tale suffered the inevitable backlashes, for a score that leaned heavy on the synthesizer and seemed to permeate every other movie released that year, for its torn sweatshirt fashion, and for giving Beals a love interest twice her age. Its central conceit of an 18-year-old female welder, dancer was widely mocked, too, though the story was said to be inspired by an actual 18-year-old welder, dancer named Maureen Martyr, who later unsuccessfully sued for a share of the copyright. And reams were written about the revelation that Beals' iconic end-of-film audition scene was actually performed by French-born Marine Jahan. In reality, the 3-minute scene required no fewer than 3 Beals stand-ins. But Flashdance changed things. It changed the idea of what a movie musical is, and it changed the way films were marketed. Paramount, which had Staying Alive set for summer release in 1983, tied that film to the MTV crowd, too, as it went on to do with Footloose in an even bigger way the following February. On the horizon, MTV-friendly Hard to Hold, Purple Rain, Electric Dreams, The Breakfast Club, White Nights and The Simpsons, Bruckheimer blockbusters Beverly Hills Cop and Top Gun, among other titles. Don Simpson died in 1996. MTV became the default place to beat a new movie's drums. It peaked as a film marketing necessity in the early 1990s, the last big MTV tie-in coming with Whitney Houston and the Bodyguards soundtrack. But in 1983, it turned the slow-growing dream that was Flashdance into the success story of the year.